This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Get a kick-ass website today. So with the current film and TV industry trying their hardest to destroy once-loved franchises, it's time to look at a real franchise killer, Terminator Dark Fate. Get woke and go broke is the saying, and my god, this film went in balls deep to prove it.
Faster, go faster!
Now we are told this is a direct sequel to Terminator 2, Judgment Day, scrapping all the other sequels. T3 Rise of the Machines, where a female Terminator was allowed to be attractive, which would make a lot of sense as the future AI know we are stupid and like fleshy things and would use this against us. But now, we are too woke for that. Salvation, which at least had a believable actor playing John, someone that this kid could have become. Unlike this ugly bastard, it looks like he'd be more likely to push out of the way for the last bottle of Jack. Australian, he'd definitely push out of the way for the last bottle of Jack. It also had some interesting ideas we hadn't seen before.
You think you're human?
And Genisys, which is a horrible mess and has the worst cast. Weak, dumb, ugly, and old. An old Terminator. How much money do you fucking need, Arnie?
Come with me if you want to live.
So losing these films is not a huge loss. And as we saw with Halloween 2018, it can work to pretend the other films didn't exist. It's hard to know where to start with a film this shockingly bad. Do we discuss the fact that this timeline didn't happen? So how is this Terminator here? Was he sent in 1984? Because by Terminator 2 they were sending this model. These guys virtually found John the day they arrived. This one has been walking around unnoticed anywhere from 3 to over 15 years without success and still on its mission. I'm sure those metal detectors at the airport are no problem when you're travelling around the world looking for John. Yes, all this time there's just been another Terminator getting around. All those years still on a mission to kill, and within months of pulling the trigger, he flicks his take the form of a pussy switch and starts wanting to change nappies and sell drapes.
I met his mother, Alicia, a few months after I killed John.
Within months of killing John.
What you been feeding this thing?
Blondes. Blondes.
Imagine the conversation that led to this story decision. More than one person had to agree with this idea.
It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear. And it absolutely will not stop until you are dead.
There's one customer that came to me. He wanted to have solid colored drapes in a little girl's room. I said, don't do it. You need butterflies, polka dots, balloons.
Humor! I love it!
Or the fact that filmmakers are trying to be so woke that they describe the perfect man as this.
Our relationship is not physical. She appreciated that I could change diapers efficiently and without any complaints. I'm reliable, I'm a very good listener, and I'm extremely funny.
Perhaps you should deactivate your emotion chip for now.
Women in this timeline apparently don't want or need a sex life. If that's the case, just let the world burn. There is such a strong showing of girl power in this film that not an hour after meeting this Grace, Danny is completely on her side. I know if I was grabbed by a terrorist who had just killed another terrorist, I wouldn't be instant best buds with him. But hey, I'm not a girl, so maybe their periods have already lined up, which gives them a special bond. Who knows?
I read somewhere that their periods attract bears. The bears can smell the menstruation.
There's also the little problem of how the different timeline occurred, creating a new future. The new future AI, Legion, somehow ended up having the exact same idea as Skynet, built the same cyborgs, created time travel, and decided on the same plan of sending back one Terminator to do an incredibly important assassination. This film just gets rid of Skynet and replaces it with Legion, which is exactly the same as Skynet.
You know, you want it to sound like a cool name, but I also wanted to suggest that it's not a singular intelligence. I wanted it to feel like it was this big distributed intelligence that was more than It didn't see itself as a single entity. It became this sort of all-encompassing thing. And so Legion seemed like the right name.
Now, all of those things pale in comparison to the worst thing about this movie, the destruction of Sarah Connor. And it starts here, all the way back at the 3-minute mark. Fuck me, those effects are amazing. There's no need for Linda's twin these days. To be fair, Sarah Connor's destruction started before the film even came out. The director Tim Miller had this little gem while promoting the movie. Yeah, if you're enlightened, she'll play like gangbusters. If you're a closet misogynist, she'll scare the fuck out of you. Because she's tough and strong but very feminine. We did not trade certain gender traits for others. She's just very strong. And that frightens some dudes. You can see online the responses to some of the early shit that's out there. Trolls on the internet. I don't give a fuck. Hard to believe this sales approach didn't work. You don't give a fuck. I bet you give a fuck now.
Fuck.
The main problem with this quote is not the misogynist part, because no one likes a misogynist. But most people know. Unless you've been brainwashed, there ain't many around. If you don't believe me, just go ask your dad or your brother. They can explain it to you. Plus, wouldn't have Sarah Connor already have scared them away? It's the first part. You have to be enlightened. What a knob. If my character doesn't work for you, it's not because I'm a hack. It's because you are not enlightened, which makes you a misogynist. Hate to tell you, Tim, a lot of girls hated this film too. Are they misogynists? The fans of Sarah Connor, one of the greatest female characters ever, loved by men and women, were getting threatened before the film was even released.
Nobody fucking move!
I don't remember James Cameron threatening or warning us Sarah had become a badass, and somehow that film did okay. But James Cameron had come off Aliens, so he probably didn't think it was a big deal, which it wasn't, because people were fucking normal back then. The Alien franchise and the Terminator franchise have so much in common. Good and bad. Both have two of the most amazing and loved female leads. Both had James Cameron's involvement. And both completely fuck over the second installment by bringing out a crap third movie that kills all our investment and makes us angry for the entire third film, questioning why they would choose to make the amazing second film a complete waste of time and make us feel stupid for caring so much. Like all returning good characters that were loved, Sarah has to be horrible, and for some reason act like the Terminator.
I'll be back.
She's a complete bitch to the person she's trying to protect. And when I say trying to protect, she's quite happy for her to go out for packets of chips, unprotected, while there is an active Terminator in the area.
Walking me out of the room?
I would have loved the film to end right there with Grace and Sarah looking at Danny's body in the street, holding a packet of chips. Humanity doomed because Sarah had the munchies.
Why 10 bags?
Because I really like potato chips.
Sarah also gets encrypted messages from Arnie about where the next Terminator is going to drop. As this is the first time around for this timeline, Arnie has no connection with this new future. So how he knows the precise location ahead of time is interesting.
So what about the texts?
When chronal displacement occurs, there's a shockwave through time, measurable before the event.
That's how, not why.
Also, this Arnie has never met Sarah or John except for when he murdered John, which didn't leave a lot of time for them to get to know each other. But Arnie acts the whole film like they went through Terminator 2 together.
To give you purpose, Sarah, I thought it would bring meaning to your son's death. You set me free. For John.
You don't know John or Sarah. They were just some ones and zeros in your head.
They always end with the same 2 words. For John.
Time travel stories can be confusing, but this seems pretty obvious. A super quick break. Don't go anywhere. To thank today's sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace lets you design the most amazing websites in minutes. It doesn't matter if you're already successful or just getting started. Be seen the way you want to be seen. Sitting home in your underwear covered in food and drink stains. The wonderful benefits of working from home. Well, no one wants to see that, especially the world. And they won't, because with Squarespace, you will look legit. Choose from any of their professionally designed templates, all of which can be customized. Add photo galleries, portfolios, or the one I use all the time, video blocks. They make my life so super easy. They look great and they are easy and quick to do, and they won't cost you a lot of money. All the things this robot looks for. Everyone does something interesting. It's time to share it with the world. Go to Squarespace for your free trial, and when you are ready to launch into the world, go to squarespace.com/robothead and you will receive 10% off your first purchase. Do it. Sarah comes very close to saving us all the misery by ending the film early and killing the new improved Terminator, which is not very surprising as we are told she's been eliminating them for over a decade.
I hunt Terminators.
Even Grace gave him a run for his money. So you can imagine when they get together and team up with a fully operational Terminator, minus the saggy skin, they should be able to hunt him down easily and kill him. But no, just like a video game, the new Terminator just levels up and can all of a sudden take on all three at once. Why not just wait for him here, where you have all the weapons and open fields, and you could, plan a trap?
Kill box.
Being a machine and having no reason to not go full force, he should have separated himself here, like he does here, and finished the job. Then he could have moved on to find someone special and settle down selling haberdashery. If all this crazy shit has been going on for 20 plus years, wouldn't the authorities know about it? Wouldn't people be talking about it? All this and much more easily make this movie a very hard watch.
Danny gives birth to the one man that can stop it.
But the fact poor Linda Hamilton has to come back and deliver lines that completely misrepresent her original character and what made her great takes this movie to another level of bad.
Fine, let someone else be Mother Mary for a while.
If you're Mother Mary, why do I so want to beat the shit out of you?
Hey, a little respect, bitch. No. Motherfucking Mother Mary? Did we not see a woman who sacrificed everything and was willing to die? She turned herself into a killing machine, all to deliver her son to the future?
Call to John.
Ready to take on Skynet and save the world?
You know, you're not the threat. It's your womb.
Sarah wasn't just a womb carrying a filthy man savior. She was the savior. Sarah defeated Skynet, not John. She saved billions of people and won.
Saved 3 billion lives. You're welcome.
Now that hundreds of people have seen the time-travelling robots and the government has all the security camera footage, they might want to talk to Sarah. But no, she'll go back to her original plan of training one person and fuck the
3 billion lives.
Danny, you are not the mother of some man who saves the future. You are the future.
So John, who was prepared and trained since birth, is replaced by someone who has known about the new future for a day. Doomsday's in a few months. She better start training.
She's John. You're John.
Seeing as Danny already has 2 Terminators from the future, shouldn't she be emulating Sarah's story, not John's? John's timeline had millions die. Sarah stopped all that happening with just the help of 1 Terminator. What's Danny's plan for the future? Send back a Terminator to help save the future? Oh, hang on, she did that. So wouldn't that, in this timeline, make her Sarah?
She's John.
I won't let her die for me again.
These modern directors who want to shout from the rooftops about how woke they are and how misogynists should fear their progressive work. Yet they don't have enough faith in women to think they can earn their place in a story. Not enough faith in women to write them a good fucking story.
This is our kill box.
I know which woman I'd fear, and it ain't the midge little person. But obviously I wasn't alone, and even the director is running from this film, saying the blame all comes down to the final edit, which was out of his hands. He was singing a different tune before the film was released.
My first director's cut was pretty close to what it is right now. This is within 3 or 4 minutes of my director's cut.
Hold on, we were all wrong. The real blame is we just don't trust Terminator anymore, even with Linda coming back, because no one was interested in seeing the original Sarah Connor back on screen. Apparently it was all the other sequels, the ones that still had John as the saviour. They were just no good. Thank God the blue check marks and the media shills like this film.
You did a fantastic job with this.
Otherwise, it could have bombed and lost some money.
Good job.
Until they learn.